you know, on my journey as I'm trying to like get closer to God and get in my word and make sure I'm reading the Bible every day and attending church and tithing and, you know, so on and so forth. Even if you're not religious, or you aren't a Christian, or you whatever religion you do believe in, I do think it's essential that you do have some self-care. And I just been noticing that over the past couple of days. Well, past couple of days, the past weeks. I have like almost gone through like depression stages here and there. I don't want to name it as depression because I don't want to, like, you know, call it that and like place that on me. But just like a sadness and stuff like that. By me just working full-time and going to school full-time. And on Mondays I'm at school from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then you also have to keep in mind that I'm like 45 minutes to an hour away from my school, depending on traffic. So not only am I at school for 12 hours on Monday, but I have to sit in the car for another hour until I get home. So it can be a little, like, you know, it could be a little bit draining on me. But then on top of that, on Wednesdays I am at school from 9 a.m. to 6:15 p.m. and that's also draining as well, because of the fact that like I said, it takes me an hour to get home. So by the time I get home, it's like 7:45, and the parking lot is not close to the buildings on campus, so you have to walk a little ways before you get to your car. So it's like I get out of school at 6:15, I get to my car about 6:30, 6:35. If I have to stop and get gas, it's like another thing. So it's like I'm not leaving like that area until like 7 o'clock, and I'm not getting home until like 7:45. So it's a little stressful for me. And right now I think the main thing that I'm trying to work on is my time management, managing my time, like with everything. I have a lot of goals and a lot of things that I've set out for myself, and I plan to achieve those things, but it's going to require me to manage my time. So I want to do YouTube, I want to continue making my videos, but it's like I need to make sure that I am also taking care of myself, and also, you know, making sure that I'm studying, getting the proper rest that I need. All of that matters. So just making sure that it's like something that I'm trying to juggle with right now. But I say all of this to say is I went all around the world. Yesterday I have a volleyball class. So from 12:30 to 1:45 I have a class at school where I play volleyball, which I think at first, every semester, because I have, I think, 2 more semesters or 1 more semester where I have to take at least 2 more physical education classes. But at the beginning of this semester, I'm like so pissed off. Like, I hate it. I don't want to do it. I feel like it's draining all my energy. It's taking a lot out of me. It's just taking a lot from my time and from other stuff that I can be doing. And then after I leave, I'm like super drained. I have no energy to do anything else. My body is like sore, and so on and so forth. But yesterday, I went to my class, and this isn't the only day that I've had this experience, but I went to my class and I actually had like such a good time. Like, my classmates that I have in that class, they're so uplifting, they're so fun to be around. Like, I could walk in there with a bad mood, in a bad mood, or not in the best mood. Of course they wouldn't know that, because I'm not the type of person to display my emotions a lot if it's not necessary. I try not to go places in a bad mood. Like, how do I say this? Like, I don't want it to show. So there may be days where I go to work and I may not be in the best mood, but nobody would know that, because I try to be happy. You know, I try not to place that off on other people, because for one, it doesn't have anything to do with them, and it's not their fault that I'm in a bad mood or I went through whatever I went through. And I just want to make sure that I'm in the best mood so that I can perform well around others, and, you know, I can just do the best that I can in anything that I do. And I don't want people to seem like, you know, I'm rude or I'm coming off as mean or anything like that. That's just not my personality. Even around my family, I do this. especially now that I'm married and I'm like in my own separate entity, if me and my husband have something going on, I won't show up to my house or anybody's house for that matter and, you know, be in a bad mood, because I don't like to place my problems on people, and I feel like I'm placing my problems on people and stuff. And you know, everybody has those days, of course. There are some days where, you know, things aren't going well for me, and sometimes it's just hard for me not to show that, you know, I'm not in the best mood. Sometimes, you know, it will show, because I'm human, but I try not to do that. So as I was saying, I went to this class. They're very uplifting. Like, you know, I hadn't been to class in like a week, that class in a week, and so going back, you know, I had my mindset right. I took a day off from school, pretty much skipped because I felt like I just needed that time to myself, because I don't hardly get that with the schedule that I do have. So after I took all my exams and stuff like that, I knew that after you take a big exam, it's pretty much, you know, a little chill for the first day back, because you're just taking notes on stuff. So I was like, well, we won't be doing anything in specific in class today, so I didn't go. But I showed up, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, Destiny, where have you been? And it's not that I was in a bad mood or anything, it's just I don't think I was really in the mood to do volleyball at that moment, because it was just like, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. I was tired and drained. I think the previous night I didn't really sleep well, or I went to bed too late or something like that. So, but throughout us playing the game, we did a women on women tournament, and then we did one with guys, and then a selective few of girls. It was like so much fun, and I just sat back and thought about it after I left. I was like, wow, I really did need this. Like, I really needed to just blow off some steam in a good way, and take some stress off of my hand in a good way, and enjoy some fun time with some people that, you know, were trying to have fun. Like, normally I don't ever see anybody come into that class with in a bad mood, and so it just made me really feel good, and also just reflect and be like, okay, from now on, I'm going to make it a point to do something, not so much athletic, but do something that requires me to get up and go out and do something. So I feel like I'm sharing this with you all because I feel like it's something that you guys should try as well. Make sure that you go out and do something, even in your very, very tight schedule, when you have that little amount of time, because I know most times when I have that small little window where it's like I have free time, I'm like, I need to get in bed. It's time, I need to lay down and take a nap, because I mean, essentially that's what you feel like. You feel like you need to do that and get the rest so that you can be prepared for other things. But sometimes I think it's best to sacrifice and to actually go out of your way to do something that you love, and that requires to you know, that makes you happy, makes you enjoy yourself, because life can become a little stressful when you feel like you're living in a routine, and every day you wake up, it just seems like you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. I mean, me and my husband were just talking about this. Like, there's times where I feel like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like every day that I wake up, it's the same exact thing. And I tell him, I'm like, at least once a month or twice a month, we're gonna go on a date, we're gonna go do something, because like your head starts to spin. You're like, oh my gosh, like I'm doing the same exact thing every day. Like it's tiring, it's draining. You're not doing anything that's like self-care or like for yourself. And we were even talking about this in class, like you have to allow yourself to be able to do those things and make time for those things, because after you do those things, you feel refreshed. I took that day off from school and I didn't really sleep much, because I don't know, I wasn't tired. I wish I could have, because the next day I was like exhausted and drained, but I did rest, and I did take the time to just like reflect and think, and you know, just take the time to myself. And when I went back to school and I went back to work the next day, I performed better, because I'm like, I got rest, like I got time to just, I didn't have to think about school, I didn't have to go and do this, and I didn't have to go and do that. So I think that's important. So I was even preaching about this when I first started my YouTube channel, and I even started to go on like a little video or like streak where I would be like, oh, what did you guys do today for this and stuff like that. And I want to continue to do that and start doing that again. But I really don't want to start anything unless I know for a fact I can finish it. And like going back to time management, like I can manage that time properly and wisely. I will be doing that, but in the right time. With my goals and everything else, like I like to make sure that when I plan a goal for myself, that it's achievable, that I can achieve it, that I'm able to achieve it. And of course, yeah, you can do anything you put your mind to, but you also have to have the skill set and the time to do that. So I think about that a lot. So I want to make sure that I'm preparing my mindset for that, and it's something that I know for a fact I can achieve, and I'm not just throwing it out there just because it sounds good. So yeah, enough of that inspiring talk. I feel good that I let that out, because yesterday I really felt good. Like it really felt good to do that, and I feel like I should share that with you all, because I know there's people in here watching me that probably feel the same way and experience the same thing. So yeah, but anyways, I'm going to end this video because I'm getting ready to go into work. So I'm going to end this, and I hope you guys have a great day and it is productive, and you guys get something accomplished today. Even if you didn't really do anything like spectacular, you feel like you got something accomplished. And yeah, so y'all have a good day, and I will see you guys later. Peace.